Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning, children. In this lesson, you are going to learn about human respiratory system. Human respiratory system means human respiratory system is the organ system that involves inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide to meet the energy requirement. Let us discuss what is the respiratory system. The human respiratory system consists of a group of organs and tissues that help us to breathe. Lungs are the primary organs of the respiratory system, which help in the exchange of gases. The other main part of this system includes a series of airways for air passages, blood vessels, and the muscles that facilitate breathing. Now, let us discuss the features of the human respiratory system. The respiratory system in humans has the following important features. The energy is generated by the breakdown of glucose molecules in all living cells of the human body. Oxygen is inhaled and transported to various parts and are used in the process of burying food particles, means breakdown of glucose molecules at the cellular levels in a series of chemical reactions. The obtained glucose molecules are used for discharging energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate molecules by the human body to fulfill essential life process. Let us have a detailed look at the different parts of the respiratory system and their functions. The main parts of the respiratory system are nose and nasal cavity, sinus, mouth, throat means pharynx, voice box, larynx, windpipe, tracheae, diaphragm, lungs, bronchi, bronchioles, air sacs, alveoli, and blood capillaries. Nose, the process of a couple of interior nostrils which are divided by a framework of cartilaginous structure termed as the septum. This is the structure that eventually separates the right nostrils from the left nostrils. Tiny hair follicles that cover the interior lining of nostrils act as the body's first line of defense against the foreign pathogens. Furthermore, they provide additional humidity for inhaled air. Larynx. It is also called as voice box. Two cartilaginous cords lay the framework of the larynx. They are situated at the point of the joining of pharynx and tracheae. It is also termed as Adam's apple or voice box. It is the portion of which arises and falls during swallowing of food particles. It generates sounds as the air passes through the hollow inside in the middle. Now let us discuss about pharynx. The nasal chambers open up into a wide hollow space termed as the pharynx. It is a common path for both air and the food. It shows the function by preventing the entry of food particles into the windpipe. The epiglottis is an elastic cartilage which serves as a switch between the larynx and the esophagus by allowing the passage of air into the airway to the lungs and the food in the gastrointestinal tract. Have you ever wondered why do we cough and when we eat or swallow? Yes, talking while we eat or swallow result in insistent coughing. The reason behind this because the epiglottis it is forced to open for the air to exit outwards and the food to enter into the windpipe, triggering a cough. Now let us discuss about tracheae. The tracheae or the windpipe rises below the larynx and move down to the neck. The walls of tracheae compress C-shaped cartilaginous rings which gives hardness to the tracheae and maintain it by completely expanding. The tracheae extends further down into the breastbone and splits into two bronchi, one for each lung. Let us discuss about bronchi. Bronchi. The trachea splits into two tubes termed as bronchi, which enter each lung individually. The bronchi divided into secondary, tertiary and two bronchioles, which is again further divided into small air sacs called the alveoli. The alveoli are the minute sacs of air within the thin walls and a single-celled manner. It enables the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide molecules into or away from the bloodstream. Now let us discuss about the lungs. Lungs are the chief centers of respiration in humans and other vertebrates. They are located in the thoracic cavity of the chest near to the backbone and on either side of the heart. They are the pair of large spongy organs mainly involved in the exchange of gases between the blood and the air. Compared to the left lung, right lung is quite bigger and heavier. Now let us discuss about the respiratory tract. The respiratory tract in humans is made up of the following parts. First, external nostrils. It is for intake of air, and next the nasal chamber, which is lined with the hair and mucus to fill the air and remove the dust and dirt. Pharynx. It is a passage between the nasal chamber and services as the common passageway for both air and the food. Larynx, which is also known as sound box, and it helps in generation of sound and thus helps in communicating. Epiglottis, it looks like a flap structure that covers the glottis and prevents the entry of food into windpipe. Tracheae. A trachea looks like a long tube passing through the mid-thoracic cavity. Bronchi. The trachea divides into left and right bronchi. Next, bronchioles. Each bronchus is further divided into channels known as bronchioles. Alveoli. The bronchioles end up into the balloon-like structures known as alveoli. Lungs. We have a pair of lungs which are a sac-like structures and are covered by a double-layered membrane known as pleura. The air that we inhale has the following composition: nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.3 to 0.4%, traces of hydrogen and noble gases. From the above list, the air contains more oxygen than carbon dioxide. The air is inhaled with the help of nostrils and then in the nasal cavity. The trachea and the bronchi are coated with the ciliated epithelial cells and goblet cells, which discharge mucus to moisten the air as it passes through the respiratory tract and also traps the fine bits of the dust or bacteria that have been escaped from the air of the nasal openings. The motile cilia streak in an ascending motion such that the mucus and the other foreign particles are carried back to the buccal cavity, where it may either be coughed out or swallowed. Once the air reaches to the bronchus, it moves into the bronchioles, then into the alveoli. From the alveoli, the formation of the respiratory surfaces occurs in humans. Now let us discuss about what is inhalation and exhalation. The respiratory system helps in breathing, known as pulmonary ventilation. The air inhaled through the nose moves to the pharynx, larynx and trachea and into the lungs. The air is inhaled back through the same pathway. Changes in the volume and pressure in the lungs aid in pulmonary ventilation. Now let us see how the exchange of gases takes place between lungs and bloodstream. Inside the lungs, the oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide waste through millions of microscopic sacs called as alveoli. The inhaled oxygen diffusion into the pulmonary capillaries bends to hemoglobin and is pumped through the bloodstream. The carbon dioxide from the blood diffuses into alveoli and is expelled through exhalation. The blood carries the oxygen from the lungs around the body and releases the oxygen when it reaches the capillaries. The oxygen is diffused through the capillary walls into the blood tissue. The carbon dioxide also diffuses into the blood and it is carried back to the lungs for releasing out. Now let us discuss about diaphragm. It is located below the lungs and it is a major muscle for respiration. It has long dome shaped muscle that contracts rhythmically and continually and most of the time involuntarily. Upon inhalation, the diaphragm contracts and flattens and the chest cavity enlarges. This contraction creates a vacuum which pulls air into the lungs. Upon exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes and returns to its dominant shape and air is forced out of the lungs. Now let us see the vibration of vocal cords. While speaking, the muscles in the larynx move to the arytenoid cartilage. This cartilage pushes the vocal cords together. During exhalation, when the air passes through the vocal cords, it makes them vibrate and creates the sound. Now let us see what is olfaction or smelling. During inhalation, when the air enters the nasal cavity, some chemicals present in the air bend it to it and activate the receptors of the nerve system on the cilia. The signals are sent to the olfactory bulbs via the brain. Respiration is one of the metabolic processes which plays an essential role in all living organisms. Breathing is the first step in respiration for almost all organisms. The inhalation and exhalation of gases and its mechanism depend on the environment in which the organisms live. So, finally, we can say that respiration is the process of taking in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. There are two types of process in human beings. One is external respiration, second one is internal respiration. External respiration means that involves the inhalation and exhalation of gases. Internal respiration means that involves the exchange of gases between blood and blood cells. Respiration in human beings takes place through the lungs. It is the largest organ of the human respiratory system. The air inhaled moves down to the tracheae into the lungs where oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide from the body tissues. Then the carbon dioxide is exhaled out of the lungs throughout the mouth. Blood in the capillaries pick up the oxygen and drops of carbon dioxide. The oxygenated blood then makes this way to the pulmonary vein. This pulmonary vein carries rich blood to the left side of the heart where it is pumped to all the parts of the body. As the cells use the oxygen, they make carbon dioxide that goes into your blood. Your blood then carries the carbon dioxide back to your lungs where it is removed from your body when you exhale.